Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Patterson. On today's show, we'll take a look at what a Flowmobile is and how it can help you renew your Florida driver license. Fire Rescue East, the convention and trade show, will be returning to the Ocean Center through 2020, and we'll have more about it later on in the show. Then Kendra Lee brings us a Here and Now report about a very special summer camp option at the LEC here in Volusia County. Horticulturalist Joe Sewards has some Florida-friendly gardening secrets to share, and then Community Information Director Dave Byron will take to the studio with his guest, Executive Director of the Daytona Beach Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, Tom Caradonio. Those segments, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. Stay tuned. Florida motorists now have another option when it's time to renew a driver license or obtain a Florida identification card. While a visit to the nearest driver's license office is still an option, the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles recently introduced 11 Flowmobiles around the state. They're basically Florida license offices on wheels. The department introduced the new system to improve customer service and make its services more accessible. The Flowmobiles provide a convenient method to renew a driver's license, obtain a replacement driver license, change a name or address on a driver license, or get an identification card. Drivers also can renew a vehicle registration and purchase specialty license plates.
We also go into homeless environments and we help the homeless get their identification cards so they can begin their life. We also go into correctional institutes to the gentlemen and ladies who are about to get out of jail to get their identification cards so they can begin their lives. It's like the step stools. It's like one step on that ladder to help them succeed.
In short, Flowmobiles provide all services of a regular driver's license office except testing. The state's 11 Flowmobiles provide services out of a large bus, which makes them ideal for large outdoor events, and they're handicap accessible. Flowmobiles bring motorist services to the people.
They have the choice. They can drive to the nearest driver's license office or tax collector's office, depending on what county they're in. Or they can come here to the bus and we just get them up there, we do what we need to do, and we keep on going from there.
Check the Flowmobile schedule at flhsmv.gov. For instance, one of the Flowmobiles will be at Daytona Beach Shores City Hall from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thursday, May 6th. One of Volusia County Ocean Center's biggest conventions and trade shows will be returning to Daytona Beach for the foreseeable future. The Florida Fire Chiefs Association has signed a 5-year contract with the facility to host its Fire Rescue East convention and trade show through 2020. Each year, thousands of delegates attend the convention and trade show, which is sponsored by the Florida Fire and Emergency Services Foundation and managed by the Fire Chiefs Association. It includes continuing education classes for professional and volunteer firefighters, a trade show, and competitions. Angela Daniels, the Ocean Center's Director of Sales and Marketing, said the group is very happy with the facility and the Daytona Beach area.
The Fire Rescue East, the building fits their activities. They utilize the entire building, the exhibit hall, arena, meeting rooms, and the ballroom. They're able to perform all their activities. They have adequate space to do their demonstration competitions, their trade shows, and their continuing educational classes. They actually bring in displays into the arena as far as static displays, vehicles, and their other equipment. Believe they love the area, they love the destination. Everything is in walking distance, restaurants, accommodations, and attractions. And it's accessible and affordable.
According to its website, the Fire Chiefs Association is Florida's leading management education organization for fire and emergency service professionals and is the professional association that specializes in promoting and supporting excellence in fire and emergency services. Though Fire Rescue East is an industry event, the trade show, the largest fire emergency trade show in the Southeast, is open to the public. Fire Rescue East has been coming to the Ocean Center since 2009. For more information, you can log on to oceancenter.com. Volusia County's EVAC ambulance has introduced a fun way to educate 4- and 5-year-olds about safety.
Hi, I'm Boo Boo from Evac Animals, and I'm very happy to be here today.
Paramedics and emergency medical technicians bring their Boo Boo ambulance to kindergarten and voluntary pre-K classes around Volusia County. The Boo Boo team recently visited Westside Elementary School in Daytona Beach, where they met with rave reviews. Lieutenant Paramedic Elizabeth Payne is passionate about teaching safety to children.
Boo Boo is our friend, our little helper that helps to engage the younger children in safety and educating them on when they should do certain things and when they shouldn't do certain things and what they need to do in case of an emergency. Students absolutely love it. They're laughing, they're giggling, they're sometimes coming out of their seats just trying to see Boo Boo, and I really truly believe Boo Boo's presence just makes that information really come home to them, and it really makes them take it more to heart.
Boo Boo and friends talk to kids about crossing the street, bicycle and car safety, bullying, stranger danger, and more. They also tell the kids they don't need to be afraid of paramedics, police officers, and firefighters.
What might be an emergency? Why would you call for help? That's a good one. If you get into a car crash and you hurt yourself, that'd be a great example of what an emergency is.
When it was time to go, Boo Boo entertained the kids with some special dance moves.
Oh, I think they absolutely enjoyed it. Boo Boo was a hit with the kids. I mean, they were all standing up trying to see him and watch what he was doing, and the dance at the end was the best, I think. The presentation was really good. The kids enjoyed it. It was a lot of great safety information that they needed to know to keep them safe while they're going in their neighborhoods and at home to help somebody if they need to help somebody.
To book the Boo Boo ambulance for your kindergarten or voluntary pre-K class, you can contact Lisa Smith at 386-252-4900 or lrsmith@volusia.org.
Hello, I'm Volusia County Sheriff Ben Johnson with an important public service announcement. Don't risk your life and the lives of others by texting and driving. Put the phone down or safely pull over. Looking down for 1 second is all it takes. Is it really worth it?
If nature and environmental offerings are what you're looking for in a summer camp, look no further than the Lyonia Environmental Center. Here and Now reporter Kendra Lee highlights the unique summer camp opportunities for children 6 to 13 years of age.
For their 6th year in a row, the Lyonia Environmental Center will be offering week-long summer camps focused on a new nature theme each week.
We have some fabulous summer camps that we offer. They're all nature themed. Each week is a different theme. We have 8 weeks of camp that we're offering this summer for kids 6 to 9 years old and then 10 to 13 years old. Kids can come and learn about the wonderful world of water. They can learn about winged animals like bats and butterflies and birds. They can learn about the marine environment and everything that has to do with that, as well as the scrub habitat. They can also learn about reptiles too. So we've got lots of great themes for the kids.
Falcon explained, kids won't just spend time inside the center. Many activities will include extensive outdoor time for all campers and field trips for older campers.
They're going to be hiking in the preserve. We've got lots of hands-on activities, leaf rubbings and biodiversity programs and soil samples and lots of science-based activities too that they're going to be spending and doing out there. Well, the older kids are going to be going on some wonderful field trips. We're going to be teaching them about history and about the marine environment, so we're going to go up to Fort Matanzas, and we're also going to take them down to Canaveral and Turtle Mound. We may even take them kayaking down in the Indian River Lagoon area and Mosquito Lagoon. They're going to go to the beach and go to the Marine Science Center, even possibly go to the Maitland Bird of Prey Center. There's lots that we have in store for them. The younger kids, not quite ready for the field trips yet, but we have field trips that are kind of coming to them. We have a lot of guest presenters that we're going to bring in for them so they get a great experience too.
One of the unique things about the Lyonia summer camps is that you're going to get to interact with animals. Kids will have the chance to learn about native and exotic animals and their long-term care.
The camps are $65 plus a one-time $15 registration fee, so $80 for a week. They're Monday through Friday. They're from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. We do offer before care and after care for an additional fee of $5 for before care and $5 for after care. And those run until 5 o'clock and can start at about 8:30 in the morning. So there's lots of what we're offering for them for a pretty low price. It's a great deal.
During their first year, Lyonia Environmental Center only offered a one-week camp. Since then, their growth has been exponential, now offering 8 full-week camps, serving 200 children.
Well, space is filling up soon for our summer camp, so it's time to get rolling and get in those registrations. We're almost full and time's running out, so it's time for you to get registered.
Registration can be made by calling the Lyonia Environmental Center's main number at 386-789-7207 and connecting to the gift shop. For more information about the weekly summer camp themes, visit volusia.org/LEC camps. For Volusia Here and Now, I'm Kendra Lee.
Horticulturalist Joe Sewards reminds us the importance of applying the principles of Florida-friendly landscaping when he visits a gardener who has applied the 9 principles of friendly landscaping.
Hi, welcome to Horticulture Today. I'm Joe Sewards. You've heard me talk in the past a lot about Florida-friendly landscaping. Right plant, right place, watering efficiently, mulching, recycling, attracting wildlife, managing lawn pests responsibly. I'm at the home of Bob and Liz Croft today, and they've employed many of the principles of Florida-friendly landscaping. In this garden here, they've employed watering efficiently by incorporating lots of organic matter into their garden, much like Bob did in his vegetable gardens. They're doing the same thing here. They're enriching the soil, increasing organic matter. That reduces the amount of fertilizer that they have to apply because as organic matter breaks down, it releases nutrients. It reduces the amount that they have to water. They told me they don't water at all in here. They've got so much organic matter in these beds that it holds enough water for these plants to get by on their own. So today I'd like to introduce you to Liz Croft. Liz is the mastermind behind this Florida-friendly landscape. And Liz, I'd like you to tell us some of the things that you've done that have made this such a successful landscape.
Well, we know when we started this whole area, we moved in 5 years ago, and there was really nothing here. It was just a bunch of ferns like you see around the perimeter and some scraggly looking grass and dirt. But I decided that I wanted something more interesting, but we didn't want to pay a lot of money for it, quite frankly. My husband found the wood that you see for the walkways in dumpsters or wherever he could find it, and we just started fashioning our own design here and added as we went. We've used cuttings from other people's yards, and we've split the plants whenever they got big, and basically tried to do it on a budget. And as you can see, it looks natural. As a matter of fact, friends and visitors have called this a mini park. So this is what you can do on a shoestring, really. And as Joe was talking about earlier with xeriscaping and watering, we save on watering this whole area because of the compost level and the layers of mulch. Natural mulch, we have a lot of shade trees, so the leaves drop, and we only need to water occasionally when it hasn't rained in quite a while. And I do splurge and water my potted flowers that you might see scattered around. But other than that, this has been a work in progress, and we're always adding things.
Well, that's the fun of it. Yeah. And it's like any other garden. I tell people, gardens are never finished. They're always changing. But you can see by just employing common sense, sticking to the principles of Florida-friendly landscaping, mulching, recycling, they've created a very lovely setting. If you have more questions about Florida-friendly landscaping or how to transition your yard to make it more Florida friendly, feel free to call us at the University of Florida IFAS Extension in Volusia County. Phone number is area code 386-822-5778, or you can visit us on the web at volusia.org/extension. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
For Horticulture Today, I'm Joe Sewards.
Time to head into the studio to join Community Information Director Dave Byron with his guest, Executive Director of the Daytona Beach Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, Tom Caradonio.
Well, thanks, Amber, and hi, everyone. You know, by all accounts, Florida is setting records for the number of tourists visiting the Sunshine State, now that the Great Recession is a blur in the rearview mirror. Locally, the tourism picture is just as rosy, with resort tax collections showing significant increases. With National Travel and Tourism Week beginning May 2nd, today we stop to reflect on tourism in Volusia County, which is the largest component of our local economy. Our guest in the studio today is Tom Caradonio. He's the Executive Director of the Daytona Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau. Tom, how you doing today?
Great, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being with us. The picture is very, very bright indeed. Hey, let's start with the Florida picture.
Okay.
From what I gather, Florida had a record last year over, I guess, around 100 million.
Yeah, close to 100.
And on another record pace this year, right?
Definitely. Hit 97 million last year.
Wow.
And the goal this year, I think, is 110 million.
Wow.
Of that, about 62 million were next door to us over in Orlando.
Right.
So we're getting, our area's getting a big chunk of the overflow pie.
Yeah, I want to talk about that just for a second.
Okay.
You know, I guess in some senses, we might be considered a competitor, or we may consider
Right.
Orlando a competitor. But at the same time, as you said, we're next door to 60+ million people that visit the Central Florida area. I gotta think that's an asset as well as it is a competitive set.
It definitely is. The way we look at it is, if it's 62 million and we get 1% of them.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, if we just get 1%, that's 620,000 people.
Right.
Which then 620,000 people would probably equate to about 145,000 room nights.
Right.
Which for Volusia County would be close to 10 points in occupancy better.
And of course, down in southeast Volusia County, down in the new Smyrna Beach area, I mean, they actively go after the weekenders and that sort of thing. And in some, I guess in some ways, they market themselves as an Orlando Beach.
They do, and we're doing the same thing. We have 2 rotating billboards at the premier outlets that are about 1.75 miles from Disney's gates.
Right.
And it says, the original American Beach, you've come too far to miss it.
Absolutely.
And now we're going to follow that up with some television ads in the Orlando market, specifically timed for like Good Morning America, early news, and late news, because our research shows the mama, the female figure in the household, in a traditional household, is the one that usually makes the decision. And we'd like her to be sitting there in a nice air-conditioned room saying, you know, the beach would probably be better than 2.5 hours in line in the sun.
Yeah.
And we figure we can get them over here once on a beach trip, day trip. Quite possibly the next year they'll say, why don't we spend 3 or 4 days over there?
Good strategy. Hey, Tom, let's look at the resort tax. That's a tax in Volusia County that people pay for short-term accommodations, and that's the money you get to operate with.
Right.
How are we doing resort tax-wise?
Last year we had our best year in 10 years.
Wow.
And this year we're 9.67% ahead of our best year in 10 years.
Right.
So for year to date, with the latest collection we had was for March.
Well, you mentioned Carl down in New Smyrna Beach, and you were talking about the Southeast Volusia Advertising Authority.
Right.
We also have a West Volusia Tourism Advertising Authority. We got 3 in Volusia County. Each one of those operates with those taxes that are collected within their geographical areas. But there is some synergy between the 3 groups, because after all, this is one destination. Tell me about how you all are working together, Tom.
Well, we have a collaboration program that we all contribute to that we just recently used. We had some travel writers from the country of India that were in here, and so they saw the sights, and All three ed authorities were involved in that. We have a big, what we call familiarization tour of meeting planners and travel writers coming up right after International Powwow at the 1st of June.
Right.
We're going to have those people come over, and we're working together on that. And I think one of the other ways that we're working together that the public can see is our May 8th event for Tourism Week.
Right.
Being held at the Ocean Center. The four major partners are the Ocean Center, Southeast Volusia, West Volusia, and us. And we're doing a breakfast, and we've got a speaker from Visit Florida, Paul Phipps, the Chief Marketing Officer for Visit Florida. But afterwards, from 10, here's the commercial, folks, from 10 until 2, right now we have 12 organizations signed up that are in the tourism industry.
Right.
And locals can come free, park in the south lot at the Ocean Center, and can come in and learn more about tourism and what these organizations do.
There's one thing that this area has that no one else has. We got great beaches and all of that, but there's one thing we have that they don't have, and that is the International Speedway, which is, bills itself as the international motorsports facility of the world, World Center of Racing. Is there any way to overstate the importance of the Speedway to this area and what it does in terms of its marketing and its visibility and all of that?
No, there really isn't. You can never overstate it. It's one of our, strongest cornerstones. The other thing that's real interesting that a lot of people don't remember or have not heard about, we're the only area that with the Speedway we have a luxury car, a Ferrari, and a luxury watch called the Daytona.
Right.
And they're named after the affiliation with the Speedway.
Right.
Because we have the Rolex 24, and Ferraris have run at that. And then we also are world renowned for speed. And the thing is if you go way back to even when they were doing the speed trials on the beach because of the hard packed sand, that started it all. And the track, I think 59 is when it opened.
Right.
And then now what they're doing to it's looking better than most NFL stadiums, and it'll look that way when it's finished. That really is a major statement for us, and it keeps that branding going, because I can't tell you how many times I go to a place and people that I meet work in a trade show booth go, what's it like to go to the 500? What's it like to go to the 400?
Right.
I mean, the first thing they talk about is speed, and they talk about the track. We're so lucky to have that. There's, New York City has icons like the Statue of Liberty. Well, that's one of our icons. The beach, the track, the lighthouse, all the things that we have, those are all icons that not too many other people have.
Tom, speaking of positive vibes, the Speedway and that $400 million renovation is absolutely incredible. But there's a lot of other vibes in this area. There's talk of 2 or 3 more hotels.
Yeah.
And recently there was news that perhaps an outlet mall, an upscale outlet mall of 90 to 100 stores may be headed this way. We know that shopping is a major plus for a destination.
Definitely, it's a big plus, and I'm really happy to see Tanger is the one behind this, because during my career when I was in Texas, they operated a number of malls in Texas, and they were very tourism orientated. A lot of times they either are very retail orientated, which they need to be because that's their business.
Right.
But Tanger has they worked with us real close at the Texas Travel Industry Association. They were just a really good partner, and I've talked with them a few times and tell them how much we're looking forward to having it here. Just think what it'll do for all of us as locals.
Exactly.
And then just think what it'll do for all of our visitors that come that normally would go up to St. Augustine to go to the outlet mall there. Now they can go to the beach in the morning, have lunch on the beach, and then go to the mall in the afternoon. Definitely.
And I saw some recent statistics where this area is now attracting something like 9 million visitors a year. Is that right?
9.1 was our latest deal. The best way to put it, Dave, is if we didn't have tourism, every household in Volusia County would have to pay $810 minimum.
Really?
A year more in taxes.
Right.
So go out, stand on your driveway, and look at all the houses around you, and multiply that times $810 more that your neighborhood would have to pay. And so that's a really good thing. And then the other thing is that a lot of people overlook with tourism is the infrastructure that we have created for an area our size is actually beyond an area our size.
That's right.
And that's because those 9.1 million visitors can contribute a significant portion of a restaurant, hotels, or retail's business that they might normally get just from the regular county citizens using it. So that's one thing to remember when you've got a little bit of slow traffic on 92.
Yeah.
Or it's bike week and you can't get around too much. If we didn't have them in that week, you might not have one of your favorite restaurants.
Yeah, and I you know, I've heard statistics that, you know, the out-of-towners, the tourists are paying something like 40% of the sales tax collected in this community. And of course, there's a local sales tax that goes to build schools.
Definitely.
And, you know,
and they've played a big chunk of that. You know, here you got people coming in and have no skin in the game, other than it helps us to have an educated workforce, which then does give them skin in the game because they get good service. But basically, yeah, without the tourism, plus the other thing that we have here that's really good is we got 2 universities that have programs. You have Daytona State College, and you also have Bethune-Cookman that have hospitality programs.
Right.
So we get to turn out our own homegrown people that are from here that now become members of our industry that help keep inviting guests back by their service.
Thanks for sharing the information with us today. Great job out there. And again, National Travel and Tourism Week begins May 2nd. Is that
May
right?
2nd, and our event will be May 8th down at the Ocean Center.
Well, Tom, thanks for being with us today.
Okay, thank you, David.
Our guest today, Tom Caradonio. He's the Executive Director of the Daytona Beach Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. And with that, Amber, we'll go back to you.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you for watching Volusia Magazine. As always, if you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. Incidentally, you can find the County Council's meeting calendar there too. In fact, you can use volusia.org to find out about meeting dates, workshops, topics of interest, activities, and how you can become involved. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a wonderful evening.